I personally viewed it as this is a form of resistance and we have to go on because education cannot wait forever. So when the universities resumed online teaching and online learning, in the beginning, so many people said, but how and where and why? And then when we started teaching our students and interaction and communication continued, this proved to be working. It worked.
Higher education in Palestine has played a strict role in protecting and enhancing Palestinian culture and values. Universities have notably contributed to the articulation and development of a national consciousness. From their perspective, I sometimes communicate with my students through phone calls and text messages, or when meeting them on the street. Talk about the IUG English department, and I hide our sorrow and indignation for what happened to our university. However, we maintain the mood of optimism because the mood of optimism and not giving up is a vital resilience resource and enhance their capacity to cope with stressful conditions.
The psychological toll associated with this kind of environment, teaching and working and preparation, and also the family and the commitments and also you are in the same scenario of living the war as the students. Yeah, like you're not teaching from afar or you are not detached from the context where you live. We have to go on. We have to do it. So I was in person. I was always telling my students, let's do this. You can do this. It's a form of resistance. You are during the war. You are continuing your study journey. And guys, this is really amazing. You are doing something unprecedented.
If I want to teach the student about the some of types, architecture types, for example, arches, they destroyed. I want to teach the student about some ornaments, some ancient walls, antiquity walls, antiquity buildings, as palaces. They destroyed. Time to rebuild all these archaeological sites.
Scholasticide is not merely a collateral damage. It is not a new phenomenon. So it's part and parcel of this colonial project. Today, the 34 higher education institutions in the West Bank has all turned to online remote teaching and learning because of the escalation of assaults, of settler assaults on the roads and the unbelievable restriction of movement for Palestinians. These checkpoints is not just controlling our accessibility to our campuses, but also changing the national characteristics of the Palestinian universities. Today, the fragmentation on the land leads to a fragmentation of the people inside these universities.
To do like virtual training by the help of our partners, digital learning using recorded video, virtual simulations, virtual laboratories, and theoretical case studies that become integral part of our teaching for to minimize these limitations. We must prioritize developing virtual lab, fostering partnership with international institutions, to remote mentorships, and advocating for the global community to recognize and support Gaza's right.
Now we need the support of international community to thrive through education, to have an education that leads us to liberation and self-determination. Enough surviving this occupation, we need to end it.
If you are aware of any initiative that supports our student, encourage that, amplify the voice of that initiative. That is going to help, that is going to spread the word of these students and their educators in supporting the universities and also the students in whatever way possible. In whatever way possible, it helps. Financial, logistics, whatever, it helps a lot.